Hi guys, it's Shiels and this is pretty much the final video of 2015. So we're going to be talking about the best overall drivers this season. So the best overall drivers that I've chosen from all the drivers that I've tested all season, and I've put them down into some sort of, trying to put them in some sort of category of which I felt like were the best this season. No particular order. These are just 5 drivers that I've picked that I feel like performed very, very well, not just on distance, but also on forgiveness, accuracy, ticks every kind of box. So we're going to start off with the Ping G30. Now, whether this is the G30 original version or the LS Tech, which is the low spin version, which I used for a while, or even the SF Tech, so the straight flight version to stop the ball curving off to the right, it was a wonderful driver. Now, it got a lot of stick when it first came out about the turbulators on top to reduce drag and all that jazz, but people soon looked over that because the driver performed very, very well. Whether it got more clubhead speed, debatable, but regardless of that, Ping make great drivers, and here's a little clip of me testing the G30, kind of probably back end of last year, but it still has had its real benefits through 2015.
The difference now head to head. So, decent start from the original G30 that's got just a normal weight at the back. I'm not going to particularly look at any of the figures just yet. I'm going to show you the shots, but I'm not going to look at the figures just yet. That felt really nice. But it's about the distance at the end. Like I said, I'm just not going to look at anything just yet. I'm going to do it right at the end.
Okay, so the next driver in this category of overall drivers was the Cobra Fly Z, or Fly Z, whichever way you want to say it. And not just the Fly Z, but the Fly Z Plus. Both unbelievable drivers. I found that they were good length with them and forgiveness. The Fly Z version, where it just had the weight that was fixed, the weight back to give forgiveness, was a very good driver on its own. But then you add in the Z Plus, which has got the weight where you can flip it over. What do they call it? Flip it and rip it technology. Love it. That's when it performed for me better, when I had the weight further forward, reduced the spin and just smashed it out there. What I liked about it is it kind of catered for all handicappers as well. So it had the Fly version, Fly Z version just for the average golfer who wants forgiveness. Then you had the Fly Z Plus version to give more distance and also the flexibility of moving the weight back to front. Here's a little clip of me testing them. Very bold colours, I must admit, but very, very good golf clubs as well.
Oh, it felt like a really nice start actually for the Cobra. Super good feel off the face. Some impressive numbers. These drivers are all getting out there at the moment. I mean, wow, that performed well. Oh, wow. And I tell you what, that felt absolutely amazing.
Okay, so moving into the next driver that fits this category, and it's got to be the Titleist 915 drivers. You have the D2 and the D3 drivers that came out kind of back end of last year, but really had a full season through 2015. Both wonderful drivers. I definitely felt like this year they catered for a much wider audience of golfers, moving that centre of gravity back, adding the kind of active recoil channel behind the face, so off-centered hits it still performed. Still like the option that you had a D2 version for your forgiveness and your D3 version for your distance. Love those ideas. Very, very good looking club head with the sparkly design on the top. And here's a little clip of me hitting them both earlier this year.
Oh, it does feel nice off the face. Very, very similar ball flight, almost identical ball flight. Tiny bit shorter that time. Yeah, felt fantastic. That felt really good off the face. You can see the ball flight, that's pretty impressive. And it's big. Over 300 yards total distance. 282 carry. So the carry was pretty impressive there. Now,
Okay, so another driver that hits this category is the Callaway XR driver. Callaway brought a lot of drivers out this year, and if they weren't in the overall driver standings, I would have been very surprised. But the XR was the one that stood out to me the most. They brought out the double black diamonds and the Great Big Bertha and a few others, but for me the XR was the one that stood out the best. It was simple in its design, it didn't have too much adjustability, but you had the normal version and you had the Pro version. The normal version had the kind of speed humps across the top, which was a bit similar to the G30, was designed to reduce drag, but then you had the Pro version, slightly smaller head, smooth top, which looked really classy as well, which had the weight further forward, which actually performed excellent as well. So you had the both options. You could only change the neck, the loft, and a little bit of the flight as well. But the XR driver, I tested that back in Orlando in January. Here's a little clip of me testing them, and they definitely have to be in my overall driver for 2015.
Fantastic spin, 2000 spin for 273 carry. So I've only got carry distance there, guys. So that would be on knocking on the door of about 290 probably on my sim, maybe 295. Let's go a couple more. Yeah, that's the shot. That's the shot. Okay, good numbers, 278 carry distance for 2,400 or 2,500 spin.
Okay, so the last driver in this category, and it's the one that I've been using for a while now, is the TaylorMade M1. Without question, a very high price tag, but a very good performing golf club. I like the options where you can move the weight side to side and front to back. It comes in the bigger 460cc version and the 430cc version, so for the smaller headed, faster swing speed and less spinny option, and you had the 460, which was the big overall forgiving option, which is the option that I'm using at the moment. For me, it has to also hit the overall driver bracket because of the looks of the driver as well. It just looked phenomenal with the white front and the carbon back. It was an absolute flying machine. Definitely got to be in the overall driver standing. Here, a couple of clips of me hitting it back in Connecticut, and I think in September time.
It sounds amazing. Like really, like a thud. Like a real thud. I've just slightly pushed that, but decent carry, 295 carry. 2,300 spin. It was ripped. It was smashed.
So guys, hopefully you've enjoyed the videos that I've done at the end of season, kind of wrap up of the golf clubs. That was the overall drivers for 2015. If you've not seen all the other videos, do check them out on my channel already. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great new year. Do subscribe, do comment below, and also like the video. It's massively appreciated. We'll see you in 2016.